Here's a preview of this episode.
This is a little different. We're not driving anywhere right now. We're just
apply to as many festivals as you can, and I didn't know what that meant, so I just didn't do anything. I was terrified. I was not.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, do the work. Right.
So, right. Okay. What does your writing look like? Do you? That's a way to save money.
It is.
It is. It is.
A tip for those that are.
And now this episode.
All right. Hey everybody. Mark Masters here at the World Series of Comedy in St. Louis. I'm here with Melissa Douty.
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
I get duty a lot, so.
Yeah. I asked before the camera came on. Real professional here.
Yeah.
This is a little different. We're not driving anywhere right now. We're just in at the Casino Queen where the event is being held. Melissa will be performing later tonight. And we're just gonna, you know how it goes. We're just gonna talk comedy, and I guess I'll start by this. Do you remember your first? How long have you been doing comedy? Let's start with that.
Well, this time around 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was a stretch before that.
It was a couple of stretches. I started in like '94.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Last century.
Yeah, exactly.
A century ago.
Back in my day.
What was it like in 1994? Compared to today?
Yeah, I was terrible. It's
Okay.
one of the things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to recognize that.
Yeah, it was very clear.
Okay. Okay.
And we had comedy clubs in the city that I live in.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which
that
is
was
where?
Roanoke, Virginia.
Okay. Okay.
I live in
East
Salem,
Coast.
but everybody knows Roanoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you remember your very first open mic?
I do. Oh, I didn't do it. It
Or-
was the comedy club that I worked at.
Okay.
Yeah, I walked in and said, I want to be a comedian. And they said, we need help in the kitchen. And I said, I'll take it.
Terrific. Terrific. So when did you get your first performance?
It was a couple weeks later, and the guy came up to me, the owner, Rowdy, came up to me and said, hey, if you had to be funny right now, could you do it? And I said, yeah. And I've never been more wrong. It was.
And they put you up on stage?
They did.
Okay.
And it was terrible.
Was it like a hosting spot or
No,
just
it was
in the
just a
middle
little
of
guest,
Okay.
little guest spot, I
Nice.
guess.
Well, that was nice of them to give you a
It
chance.
was. It was.
What did you learn from that experience, do you think?
That it is, somebody can be funny at a party,
Uh-huh.
but transferring that to the stage, whole nother ballgame.
Yeah, interesting. Cool. Different than a car with people like coming in and out. So
Yeah.
we'll just roll with it. Okay, so how about what prompted you 6 years ago to get back into it?
I think I was just ready. I had more life experience. I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to give it another shot. I didn't want to die thinking, wonder what if I tried again.
Nice.
If I really put in the effort.
Okay. And so putting in the effort, what did that look like to you 6 years ago?
6 years ago, I didn't really know much. I was working at this one comedy club we had back home that's not there anymore, called the Pomegranate. Well, is that the Pomegranate restaurant? It was called the Callback Comedy Club.
Okay.
And that's where he really gave me my first shot, and I started featuring there. But a friend of mine, Julie Scoggins, said to me, apply to as many festivals as you can, and I didn't know what that meant, so I just didn't do anything. I was terrified. But eventually I started putting in for festivals and going to open mics. There's one in Greensboro, North Carolina, 2 hours away, that I would go down there every Wednesday night and then drive home. So
Wow.
yeah.
How much time would you get?
5 minutes maybe.
5 minutes. You're doing 4 hours of driving for 5 minutes. But
absolutely.
good crowd or?
And it's a good club. Those people are so supportive. Both the owners are comics.
Okay.
So they're good.
Huh. Yeah.
They got a comedy festival, the North Carolina Comedy Festival, and that is really, it's a legit festival. They're good people.
All right. North Carolina Comedy Festival.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it here. So do you still go to open mics?
We don't really have any open mics in my
You
area.
gotta drive 2 hours.
Yeah, if I wanted to, yeah.
When is the last time you did that?
Gosh, it's probably been 2 years.
Oh wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so what kind of stage stuff are you doing at this point?
I'm doing feature work.
Okay.
Just whoever will hire me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of the gigs you've done recently that you're proud of?
I opened for Pauley back in Roanoke, and Chris Kattan. But my favorite was about a year ago. I went to Cleveland and opened for Arsenio Hall.
Oh, neat. He's
Wow.
from Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
He was the
How did you
nicest
get that
guy.
gig?
Through Comedy Zone.
Huh.
They just emailed me and asked me if I was available. I didn't even know what it was for. And I thought,
What's
one
Comedy
night.
Zone? I'm not familiar with
The
it.
Comedy Zone is a company that has like, I think they've got
Booking
about 40
agency?
clubs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They own comedy clubs.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Cool. And is there one near Roanoke, Virginia?
There's one in Greensboro.
Okay. So that's how you got your in with them.
Yeah, I got my in with them through here, through
Oh,
Comedy
really?
Zone. I mean, through the World Series of Comedy.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Have you've been to this event before then?
Yes,
Okay.
not when it's here. I did it when it was in Vegas.
Okay.
But I've done satellites and stuff for several years.
Okay, awesome. How's it going so far here?
Really good, really
Yeah.
good. I'm love 80% of the work I get comes from the World Series of Comedy.
Huh.
The people I've met, the networking I've done, that's how I got into the Comedy Zone. It's all funny business.
Right.
All of it was through the World Series.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can choose your own adventure on this question and
Okay.
decide which open mic you want to talk about.
Okay.
But the question is, if you could time travel back to your first open mic,
Mm-hmm.
what would you tell yourself as advice?
Prepare. I didn't prepare. I just thought I'm just going to go up there and be funny.
Okay.
Because I saw comedians on TV and I thought that's funny, but I'm funnier.
Yeah.
I was not.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, do the work. Right.
So, right. Okay. What does your writing look like? Do you?
I'm a clean observational comic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you like sit down on a computer? Do you write longhand? Do you get up in the morning? Do you write late at night?
No, if something comes to me, I write it. And when I write a joke
Like in
for
your
the first
phone or?
yeah, sometimes I'll make a little note.
Okay.
And then on my laptop, once I get the joke out, I'll write it completely out, long form.
Okay.
So that if I go back later, if I don't use that bit for a while, I can remember how it went.
Yeah. Got it. Cool. Have you been out to Colorado at all?
I
Do
went to
some comedy?
Denver for a Make Me Laugh Denver.
Okay.
That was several years ago. I was a finalist in it, but it was weird.
Okay.
It was a weird festival. I don't really know.
Had the Pauley Shore and Chris Kattan gigs that you mentioned, were
Yeah.
those through Comedy Zone as well?
No, they were through Funny Business.
Okay. Is that a
Yeah.
similar but different?
Yeah, yeah.
Funny Business.
They run the Star City Comedy Club in Roanoke,
Okay.
so they went through them.
Have you made it all the way to the West Coast, California, and
No, just Vegas
okay, that's as far
for
west
the
as
World
it's
Series.
been. Is comedy any over time and distance?
Mm-hmm.
Is comedy different in different parts of the country or changed over the years that you've seen?
Not that I can see. I mean, it may have, but I'm so focused on just
Doing your material.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Here's a question. To you, what is clean comedy?
Just something that is not going to embarrass my parents or
Okay.
you know.
That's a pretty good description.
Yeah, if my grandma was sitting in the audience, would I say this?
Okay. And do you have material that isn't clean that's past that
I
line?
don't.
Okay.
I don't.
All right. So you try and strike all of that.
Yeah. Now in day-to-day life, my mouth is filthy and you know it's terrible. But
Okay.
on stage,
Yeah.
it's a whole other thing.
Huh. Interesting. Cool.
I'd like to do corporate work and that kind of thing, and
Yeah. Have you found any yet?
A little, yeah.
A little bit. And how's that going?
it's going okay.
Okay.
Okay. It's with corporate. It's so hard. At first, I really struggled. Do I want to stay dirty? Do I want to stay clean? Do I want to go blue? Because so many people that were blue were getting way more work than me, and so it was a real struggle to stay. But I thought, if I want to do corporate or whatever,
Right.
I gotta be clean.
You gotta be clean. Any other tips for marketing yourself as a comedian?
Merch is crucial.
Oh, okay. Talk to me about merch.
I have T-shirts and
Okay.
ball caps.
Okay.
And I also have these little bitty magnets. You can see them in the bottom of, there's draft beer
Okay.
that you can fill from the bottom of the glass. That's
Oh,
how they do
okay.
it.
Yeah.
And they put magnets on that.
Okay.
But you can put now I just sell the magnets.
Okay.
But I could
You're
tape
not
them to
pulling them off cups. You
No, no,
buy
no.
them through a company.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I just take whoever's and I
Just
mark
hand-
it out. I write
nail
my name.
polish.
That's right. I mean, you do.
That's a way to save money.
It is.
It is. It is.
A tip for those that are frugal.
So how much do those cost you, if you don't mind me asking?
It's like maybe 180 for 1,000.
$1,000.
No,
Or-
for 1,000
Got it.
magnets.
$180 for
Yeah.
1,000 magnets, and you sell them for what, $5-10, something like that.
Two.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow! Look at that. Cool. And they
But
have
if
like
you can-
contact info. For
Yeah,
you?
just my phone number and my comedy logo.
Okay.
Now, if you can prove to me that you're following me, I'll just give you a magnet.
Oh, that's cool.
So that way I can
Nice.
hopefully get more than 12 followers. Oh, social media
Terrific.
is so hard.
Yeah, talk to me about. So I'm a little different. I'm not on Facebook.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
a year and a half into comedy, and so I'm not necessarily at a point where I would need. Like a lot of people say, oh, I get all my bookings through Facebook. I'm not necessarily being booked all the time.
Right.
Like a lot of time, mostly my bookings are from people who have seen me.
Yeah.
I talk to them. We exchange phone numbers, email, whatever. So I'm kind of social media averse at this point.
Right.
Sounds like maybe you've had some ups and downs with it as well. You want to talk about?
Yeah, it's just hard.
Okay.
Social media it's the whole self-promoting and remembering to post every day. It's just it's hard.
It seems like an obligation is
It
a
is.
big reason that
It
is
is.
one of the reasons that I've stayed away from it. I want to focus on practicing, hitting mics, writing material, and if I have to also keep up some social media account.
Yeah.
And the other piece for me is that this is a good segue, by the way.
Yeah.
I wrote a book called Not Good Yet.
Oh, yeah.
We can talk about it in a second. But I feel like I've already observed that 6 months ago, what I thought was crushing, I'm a little bit embarrassed of now.
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah,
so
me too.
much better.
Yeah.
And I feel like a year from now, like last night I got to perform at the World Series of Comedy, and I had like an unbelievable laugh break, and I felt really good about it. I've listened to the recording twice now, and I'm mad at myself for forgetting a tag at one point in the joke. But overall, it was pretty good. But I bet if I do the World Series of Comedy again next year, I would listen to that same set and be like, man, what was I thinking back then? So I don't really want that like digital trail of my stinky, not good humor.
Yeah. I don't post videos.
Okay.
I just post like where I'm gonna be.
Gotcha.
I can't think
Like
of anything.
informational stuff. Okay.
If I think it's something funny, which is rare.
Okay.
I'll post that.
Yeah, a lot of people workshop. I'm a little jealous of the people that workshop jokes like on Twitter.
Oh,
I think that's kind of cool. Like just as if they have enough followers and they can see, they put out 4 jokes over a week and one of them gets a ton of likes. It's almost like an open mic. You can see there's traction for that joke.
Right.
Doesn't always translate. Written jokes are different than delivered verbally jokes, but.
And just
I feel
telling
like there's
somebody
value there.
about a bit that you're working on doesn't always work, but it'll kill on stage.
Right.
So, hey, do you think this is funny?
Yeah.
You're like, it's okay.
Yeah,
But
well, comics are like the worst judge.
oh God, I did a show.
I feel like.
I did a show for all comics, and afterwards they were like, that was great, but during they were just like, oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I can't
There's
see
no
it.
laughing.
That's the worst thing for me when I can always tell the comedians in the audience. Like I try, I didn't do this in the beginning, but I try really hard now to make eye contact with audience members and kind of like pay attention to how the audience is doing during my set, which is a skill I'm still developing. But I can tell the comedians.
Yeah.
Because, they're sitting there like this. They're not, they kind of give like maybe an appreciative nod.
Yeah, that's
when
it.
everybody else is like cracking up.
Oh yeah, we don't laugh.
I do the same thing,
Yeah.
Like I'm more like analyzing, like, oh yeah, I can see where this is headed.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while we'll head in a different direction. I'll be like, okay, yeah, you got me.
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't see
But
that
there's
coming.
not really like a big laugh.
Right.
I do love. I feel like that's a skill. Like I could get better at laughing at comedy because there are comics in Denver at open mics who laugh regularly,
Wow.
and I notice them.
Wow.
Like I'm appreciative of them, I guess I should say.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe that's a social skill I could work on to laugh at
It's
other
hard.
people's comedy.
I don't laugh at much of anything.
Yeah.
Not sitcoms. I don't even watch sitcoms.
You used to though, right? Or
yeah, I think I did. I think maybe I did.
it's just been trained at it.
Yeah.
You're more like a scientist.
Yeah. It'll suck the laugh right out of you.
Yeah.
Be a comic.
Or let's talk more about the World Series of Comedy. How many? Do you know how many years you've done it?
I started when it was the 5th year anniversary.
Okay, and this
And
is
then
the 10th.
this is the 10th.
So is that?
Yeah. But I've missed like 2 years, I think.
Okay.
At the
Sure.
I missed 2 years. At the main
What-
event,
when,
I did Saturday.
when you went the first year, what brought you back the second year?
The connections I made, and just Joe does such a good job of bringing in bookers and different industry people. There was a lot of Q&A. I didn't know anything really,
Right.
so it was good to ask those questions. What's a manager? What's an agent? All that. Not that I have either one of those.
Okay.
but I know what they are.
this stretch going back 6 years, so 5 years ago you would have been, a year or maybe
Right.
2 in.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And you still find value now, 6 years. in.
Absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely.
cool. Is the value similar? Is it to learn from the industry experts, or is it maybe stage time and networking?
It's
now,
more
or-
network and stage time.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does this event? This is my first time here. How does
Oh.
it compare to last year? I mean, obviously
I
we're
wasn't
in
here
a
for the
different
last
place.
2
but-
years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the last time I was here,
It's about the same size.
yeah, it seems to
Okay.
be. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Any travel tips for comedians?
Yes. Ignite Services is, and they're nationwide, I'm pretty sure, is a game changer for road comics.
Okay.
You can go to their website, fill out a little form that says where you're going to be, what night you're performing, all your social media, if you can get any comp tickets, and how many nights you need to stay. And they will find a hotel like a Hampton Inns or a whatever for like $40.
Wow.
Yeah, it is maybe less sometimes. I stayed at a JW Marriott, which I'd never even heard of because
Yeah, there's a
they're
fancy one
amazing.
in Jerry Creek.
Yeah, I was like, oh
Denver.
my God, they have robes and none of the art is nailed to the wall. I took it all. So, but just really, and all they ask is for honest feedback and reviews.
So it's kind of like you're a secret shopper.
Yeah,
almost.
yeah.
Huh.
But the great thing about it is he said, I don't care if it's a bad review,
Yep.
but try to work it out with the hotel before you blast them on social media.
Okay.
Like if they work it out, then talk about that.
Okay. So you're not posting in some private arena. You're posting
Yeah.
publicly.
Yeah,
Okay.
on their website, on Facebook, Yelp, TripAdvisor, all that.
Huh. That's terrific.
But I've
Cool.
never had a bad experience.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. What's the worst thing you've said in a review about a post?
I haven't had any bad reviews. They've all been so. I mean, I'm so excited to be somewhere that I'm not afraid to get under the covers. And
Right.
I
Yeah.
can put my suitcase on the floor.
Do you have a crazy road travel story?
Not really. I remember I stayed. So I can't even remember where it was. And my mom was like, "How's the hotel?" I said it's a Motel 6, but it's really more of a Motel 4.5. It is really not great.
That's funny. How about stage or open mic stories? Any memorable, crazy?
I've had some really good ones. I guess the worst ones were in the very beginning. Somebody yelled, "Keep your day job," and I was
Yeah.
drunk as a skunk. So I was like, "Who said that?" Like I'm gonna fight them. I don't. It was terrible. I don't drink anymore.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
How about terrible gigs? You had some bad gigs, or?
I guess one of the worst was I did this fundraiser back in my hometown. It was for fallen soldiers. They were building little statues in memory of these people.
Okay.
But it was an outside venue, which I hate anyhow, because you can't hear the laughter, you can't gauge your timing. It's awful. And right before I went up, the guy told a story about how his brother had been killed in action. And I swear to God, a bald eagle flew over while he was telling the story.
Were you outdoors or indoors?
Yeah, outdoors.
Okay.
And there was not a dry eye in the house.
Oh.
And I'm like, and now you're comedian, Melissa Douty. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to suck so hard.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's brutal.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my goodness, I can't.
And I've done small crowds, like I did a show for 6 people at a club.
Oh,
and I
jeez.
just said, hey, if anybody's got to go to the bathroom, we'll wait. I don't want to lose like half the crowd because 2 women went together.
Yeah. I've got a van outside. We could just hop in that
Yeah.
and drive around the
Go
city.
up to the room.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Have you had any payment problems? Like, ever get stiffed or?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Cool. How do are you? So you're 6 years in on this stretch. You pretty energetic and enthusiastic and
Yeah.
psyched, or
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like a lot of comics, they ebb and flow and
Yeah.
and,
I mean, I think it's ebb and flow. I mean, some nights I sit on the edge of the bed and I think, why am I doing this? What am I looking for? And some nights I'm like, I'm never going to stop.
Uh-huh.
So you never know what it's going to
What
it's gonna be.
What are you looking for? What drives you to?
I just want to pay my bills.
Okay.
I'm not looking to be the next big whatever. I mean, I wouldn't turn it down.
Sure.
But that's not my goal. I mean, I'm 48. It's
Okay.
not like people are beating down my door to put me in a movie or
Sure.
on a TV show. So I just want to be able to travel and pay the bills and that be my job.
Okay. Yeah. Are you at a point where you're positive on comedy money?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Like.
like if I do a show, am I making more than I'm spending?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Terrific. So when you said no, maybe you meant overall in your career?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like, I don't get booked a lot, but
Okay.
when I do, it's
You're making money.
yeah.
Okay. Cool. Any other travel tips? Your first one was amazing.
Yeah.
Everything's pretty good.
I'm not allowed to sleep in my car anymore.
Okay.
I've been told not to sleep in my car.
Okay. By like concerned family members?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right.
But like Walmart parking lots,
Yeah.
if you are allowed to sleep in your car, they're the best because
Okay.
everything you need is inside.
Yeah.
There's a bathroom inside. It's lit.
Yeah.
It's just, they're great.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about writing some more.
Okay.
Any advice for comedians starting out?
Yeah, the biggest lie I tell myself is I'll remember that later. And I never write it down, even today. Like a week ago, I thought, that is so funny. Totally gonna remember that. It's gone forever.
Yeah.
I could
That's
be
so frustrating.
famous right now.
You had the
Didn't
best
write
bit.
it down.
The best bit.
Yeah.
It was Conan ready.
It was.
Guaranteed slam dunk.
That's right.
I'm on late night TV with
Yeah.
this one.
Nope, but it's gone now forever.
Yeah. Do you record and review your sets?
Yeah.
Okay. With
Most
audio,
of the time.
video?
Video.
Okay. How do you video? Or like, do you have?
Just a
okay.
little camcorder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Like the flip out kind of screen?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
That's awesome.
But the thing
Haven't seen
about
one
it,
of those in
there's
a
a
while.
problem with it. It's real tiny, but if there's a problem, it won't film my whole set all the way through. It like breaks it up into chunks. I can't figure out how to put
Yeah,
it.
so what we're filming with here is a little GoPro. And
Yeah.
It splits it into 8-minute segments.
Oh, okay.
And I'm actually, I have all these episodes banked where like, you know, there's like 8-minute segments.
Yeah.
And at some point in the near future, I'm going to edit all these and put them out. And before I do that, I need to find a better way
Yeah.
to combine them. Like the
Oh,
current
yeah.
way I will do that. Like if I do a 20-minute set at a show, like in Steamboat a couple weeks ago, that's going to be 3
Right.
segments.
Right.
And you can go into QuickTime Player or iMovie and kind of like manually drag them around.
Yeah.
It takes like 5 minutes
Yeah.
to put 3 together. So that
Okay.
means put 8 together, that's like 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I will have 10 of these episodes. Then we're now talking, you know, hours.
Right.
And, you know, and you got to get them in the right order. And it's
Oh,
just, I just need like some kind of, like drag them into this folder and it will append them automatically.
Wouldn't that be
And
lovely?
I'm sure it exists. It
Got
has
to.
to.
It's 2019.
I just need to do some research and
Yeah.
figure that out. Do you video record every set you do?
Not everyone,
Okay.
but most of them.
Okay. How about, do you audio record everyone? Or if you're
No,
not going to video?
I don't
you just-
audio.
Okay.
I never audio.
Huh, interesting. And what do you do with the video? Do you watch them later? Or
I do.
Do you save them maybe for tape for bookers?
If there's a really good one, I'll save it for video submissions for festivals or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not, I just live and learn.
And what is something over the last 6 years you'd say you've learned from watching video of yourself that's allowed you to improve?
Not moving around. So I'm kind of fidgety on stage.
Yeah.
So I've really tried to.
That's funny. I've noticed that too. I just was like, I had this little video. I was in a brewery, and this like tank in the back made this really loud noise in the middle of my set, and I like riffed on it, and it was pretty funny. It was like, and it's not any of my material,
right.
So I was putting together a video of it. I was just watching myself. I looked like, I don't know, like, like Michael J. Fox, you know, just like kind of shaken and palsy, and it made me uncomfortable watching it, and I had no idea I was doing that.
Right.
So.
Well, they say when you record yourself to, at some point in time, just fast forward through the whole thing, and you'll see the movements that you do. Like one woman I know, she would just do her hands like this. And when you fast forward, it looks like she's about to take off.
Yeah.
You just don't realize the little things you do.
The other thing I've noticed is I have terrible posture on stage.
Oh,
I look like an old man,
I like the letter C.
over.
I'm the worst.
Yeah. So if anybody has any exercises, or I need to like strengthen my core, my back, or something.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to wear a brace.
Well, it just feels so good to just be.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah, it is interesting what you see that I had no idea I was doing. I do think that's a really valuable, especially with, it's not expensive anymore to videotape yourself.
No, it's not.
Who are some of your comedic heroes or influences? Or
Brian Regan, Jim Gaffigan, Kathleen Madigan. Those are
great. By the way,
favorites.
great Jim Gaffigan story. How I ran into him at the Gotham in New York City in Not Good Yet, available on Audible, all over the place.
Yeah, that's right.
In fact, let's just
that's perfect.
set that up as a little backdrop, class up the joint.
That's right.
Cool. Have you seen any of them live?
I've seen Brian. Yeah, I've seen them all live.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you go see live comedy still, or?
Very rarely.
Okay.
Like I will if it's like a big name.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't go to many comedy shows.
Sure.
And I don't watch comics on Netflix, or I guess I'm so afraid that it's gonna influence, like, I don't know, that I'm gonna inadvertently
subconsciously
take something that's not.
something.
Yeah. That's my worst. I'd be terrified. I'd be devastated if somebody was like, "That's my joke."
Right.
Like, oh crap.
Yeah. That does happen. At an event like this where you might see 30 comics in one night.
Yeah.
It's almost guaranteed that you'll see two comics do the same joke.
Yeah.
Not word for word, but the
similar,
same idea.
Yeah.
That was a real eye opener for me getting into comedy. Like I had no idea. Like for sure, I wrote jokes and later heard the same joke from somebody else, because I'm not, that's a struggle to just come up with such original material and personal material that is different, that nobody else will come up with the same thing.
Yeah, I try to only use stories that happened to me or happened to somebody I know happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a storyteller on stage?
A little bit. Short, very short. Nobody wants to hear a long story.
Right.
I don't want to hear a long story. And I don't mess with the crowd either, because I don't want them messing with me.
Okay.
So.
Interesting. How about podcasts or books or?
I've done some podcasts. I don't have any interest in creating one. I can't think of anything.
What about listening to?
I
like
love
all this driving and.
I love audiobooks.
Okay.
And I listen to a lot of NPR.
Okay.
So wait, don't tell me. Ask me another. Radio Lab, TED Radio, and Hidden Brain. All those.
Do you listen to them over like FM airwaves, or you download them on your?
Just through my Bluetooth on my phone.
Okay.
There's an app called Tuned In or Tune In Radio.
Yeah.
I get them off of that.
Oh, awesome, cool. It's kind of like on demand.
Yeah.
You can just pick the episode. Cool.
Yeah.
What? I don't know, what other advice topics are there for starting comedians? You're so wise.
Oh, yes.
The experience.
So wise. Yeah. Don't get in a relationship with another comic.
Okay, that's great advice.
I see
You
a
heard
lot
it
of
here.
times when there's so few women in comedy.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll see women get into comedy and then meet a comic and then get in a relationship and then the woman's gone. It's like, yeah, so I just...
Okay, stay away.
Yeah. This is work.
Yeah, it is.
It's my job.
Yeah.
You know, take
true.
it like it's a job.
Let's talk about your merch a little bit more.
Okay.
What sells the best? Magnets, shirts,
The
or
hats and the magnets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that's
right.
because they're lower price point or
I think they're just...
smaller? Just
Yeah, now my shirts did sell better when I had a different kind of shirt. It had a tagline that I used, but right now I've just got my comedy logo on it.
okay.
So, yeah, the next time I order shirts, I'll do a little different. But right now I'm just trying to make money to make shirts.
Got it. Do you when you say you're going to do it differently, you're going to go back to like a catchphrase or
Yeah, maybe something like that.
okay,
Yeah.
something from your act
Yeah,
that you can. Do you mention the merch on stage?
I do.
Okay. Do you
Yeah,
work
usually
into
right
it?
before my closing bit, I'll throw it in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I do a joke about social media, and that's usually when I say, speaking of.
Nice. Do you notice like an uptick in followers after a show or next 24 hours?
It's
or?
hard to get followers.
Yeah.
It's really hard. I mean, people will say they're going to do it, and it's
of
just,
course.
you know, nothing. I've got like 1,300 followers on Facebook,
Okay.
and I've got on my comedy page, but I've got like 3,000 friends. I can't
Okay.
even get those people to like my page, so
Yeah.
it's really tough.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you produce or run shows ever yourself?
Not really. I mean, I don't know if it counts, but the Moose Lodge back where I live, does a yearly show, and I book that. I mean, I book the comics for that.
Okay.
Usually I headline it, so.
Nice.
But that's the only time I've gotten to hire comics, and I
Uh-huh.
really like it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's nice to pay comics.
It is.
Yeah, it feels
It is.
good.
It
Feels
does,
good.
yeah.
I started a show in Vail, Colorado, which is about 100 miles from Denver. VailComedyShow.com.
Yeah.
For those of you who are curious, it's V
Yeah.
as in Victor, A-I-L.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool that the audience is so appreciative. They're like really
Yeah.
happy, like, oh, thanks for putting this on. I laughed so hard, all that. But then also the comedians are like, thanks, that was a terrific room. Like, that was a
Right.
really good experience for me. And,
Right.
and you know, it pays pretty well relative to bar shows down in Denver. But the comedians are driving 2 hours to get there.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, I feel like maybe I'm not paying them enough, but
Yeah.
they've all been like super happy and grateful. And,
Well, the thing with feature work is I don't think the pay has changed in 15 years.
Yeah.
Because there's 5,000 other comics ready to do it
Yeah.
for whatever price.
yeah, the economics are kind of brutal
Yeah.
in comedy.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, for features, like there used to be free lodging or included lodging in your
Yeah.
travel, and that's not the case anymore.
So if I go through Funny Business or the Comedy Zone,
They have comedy condos
Yeah.
or something.
and
like that.
hotels.
Do you
or
have a,
whatever.
do you have a good comedy condo story?
No, the only one, I went to the bar and I said, hey, I'm a comic, and I was supposed to go by there and get the key. So I went and got the key, and I went to the comedy condo, and I'm walking in, and I thought, gosh, they've really decorated in here. This is really homey. It's fantastic.
I see where this is going.
And I hear this woman say hello, and I was like, oh my God, I'm in somebody's house. But wait, the key worked. It was this all. And they knew at the bar that they knew, they just didn't tell me.
Oh,
They were like, this
jeez.
is going to be funny.
Oh my goodness.
So I thought, oh my God, please don't shoot me.
That's hilarious. Have you met anybody you're excited about here at the World Series of Comedy? This year, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always excited to see the people I've met before, but I don't.
Who's a repeat person that you
Like,
run into?
Well, like Conrad, who came. Well, I was gonna say he came in first place. Let's see. Jamie Ward, I've known him for a couple years.
Yeah, he used to compete, right?
Yeah,
and now
yeah, he
he's
did.
like
He's beat
part of
me
the
many
staff
times.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, just some of the old familiar faces are good.
Okay,
Dan
cool.
Elliston,
Okay. People from all over the country, or people from your neck of the woods?
all over.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't get to see many people from the West Coast
Right.
ever, because I just travel kind of up and down he's got a little bit in, maybe Atlanta, but.
Okay. Speaking of travel, do you have material that you don't do in certain places?
No.
No, your stuff is, you feel like it's universal and
It
you
is,
work it out?
yeah.
And what length sets are you doing?
It depends. Like I can do almost an hour.
Okay.
But 45 minutes is solid.
Okay.
So an hour, sometimes I do a little filler, whatever.
Okay.
Not, yeah, but 45 minutes for sure.
Have you thought about recording an album or anything like that?
I thought about it, but gosh, I don't even know where to
get started.
start.
Huh.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Any questions about Colorado?
No, I was born in Colorado Springs.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we left when I was 3 months old.
Fun comedy club there,
Yeah.
Loonies.
Oh yeah, I hear good stuff about it, but
Yeah. They had a satellite this year for World Series of Comedy.
yeah. I would have loved to have gone to that.
Yeah. Okay, so you're performing later.
Mm-hmm.
And what we usually do is we're usually driving to an open mic. Here
Okay.
we've been, I don't know if the viewers can tell, but we've been stationary. We're in a hotel, which
Yeah.
is apparently on top of water. Did you hear
Yeah.
this?
No.
Like for state law reasons, like the Mississippi River is like 6 blocks that way.
Yeah.
But it's illegal to have a casino on land. So apparently there's 4 feet of water underneath. Like we're in the middle of a big parking lot, but apparently there's a couple feet of water
gosh,
underneath
that's
this
so
thing.
funny.
So like on a technicality, this is a riverboat,
Oh my gosh, that is the craziest
which
thing.
it does not appear to be a riverboat at all.
No, maybe that's why I was seasick last night.
So, anyways, we're usually driving to an open mic where people are going to perform. And we'll talk about goals and challenges. So, I don't know you at all. I usually
Right.
know the comedians, but I'll give you a challenge.
Okay.
And you can give me a challenge, something to
Okay.
try on stage, and then we can talk generally about what goals you have for your performance, and we'll circle back later. Based on, okay, I got a good one. I want to watch you on stage and not see you fidget. I want you like a statue, and so that if we got your tape later and fast forwarded it, it would look very smooth.
Yeah.
Let's say.
God, yeah.
So that's my challenge for you.
That's a good
and
one,
We
that's a good
can
one.
talk about if you
All right.
hit that or not.
Okay.
And you can invent a challenge for me, knowing nothing about my comedy.
Yeah. Well,
So
just
I'm a
what
year
you
and a
were-
half in.
Yeah, well, just what you were saying about connecting with the audience, and yeah, maybe something along those lines. I love when I can, like, if an audience is chatting,
Okay.
I love when they stop talking. If I get their attention and they're like, oh no, I want to hear what she's got to say. That's the best.
Huh. Do you find you get that through like repeated laughter, like people are hearing other people laugh, or is it like you're loud or do a funny act out, or like kind of demand attention, or you start with like a controversial premise maybe? Like what is the secret to?
I just try to keep hitting.
Okay.
And not have a lot of pause in between. I try to, especially in the beginning, I try to get laugh.
Yeah.
And then I can slow down a minute. But then the very beginning, I just bombard them.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I didn't think to ask this before, but like how over the 6 years, this stretch, and several times at the World Series of Comedy, how have you as a competitor changed? Like, you're a top 101?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like in years past, were you top 100 or?
Yeah,
whatever
well, I
they
was
call it?
in, the first year I did it, I was a wild card.
Okay.
And I moved on, I think I got like second place that year.
Okay.
And in satellites, I've done pretty well. In the beginning, I didn't do very well, but here recently, I've finished pretty well in satellites. But part of the thing that's different now is that comedy is so subjective. The audience may think it's funny, and judges are like, no, there's this, that. I mean, it is what it is.
Sure.
But I try not to take it personal.
Okay.
You know, I'm just going to go out there and have fun and not worry about what the judges are thinking.
Right.
Yeah. Try not to let it hurt your feelings.
Okay.
It's hard, but
okay. Hey. So in this round that you're competing in, is this the like what is this? Is this semifinals or what is
I think it's the semifinals.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the first show of the whole week.
Okay. And so who advance? How many people are on the show? Who advances?
8 are in the show, 2 advance.
Okay.
First place advances to the late show on Saturday. Second place, the early show. And out of the early show, second place winners, whoever's first place in that moves to the first show.
Okay.
So the second show are the top 9
Okay.
of the thing.
Okay.
And then out of that show, the top 3 will battle it out for first, second, and third.
Okay. And what length set are you doing?
8 minutes, I think,
Okay.
tonight's 8 minutes, and then I forget what it is if you move on.
Okay. That they're longer.
Yeah, and when you battle it out for first, second, and third, it's 25 minutes.
Okay.
Because the bookers need to see if you can do a feature act. You know, anybody can look good for 4 minutes or
Right.
8 minutes, but
Yeah. Well, not anybody.
well, I understand. Yeah,
We'll see how I do.
It's like you know.
Yeah.
It's easier.
Okay. Cool. Well, we're gonna wrap this up, and we'll reconnect after we perform.
Okay.
And yeah, thanks a lot. This
Thank
was a lot of
you.
fun. I'll shake your hand. I don't
Yeah.
usually get to do
I
that
know, right?
because I'm usually driving.
Yeah.
10 and 4.
Yeah.
10 and 2. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys. Thanks a
Bye.
lot.
Thank you.
All right, we're back. Melissa Douty, Mark Masters. Let's talk about you were going to try and be less fidgety,
Yes.
and I was going to try and connect with the audience. You want to go first, or you want me to?
Go for it.
Go for it. Okay. My set was it was good. I did connect with the audience. I've been working on this new thing where I kind of riff in the middle of a joke, kind of commentary on the bit. And I have this one tag that works really well every time. I've only done it a few times now, and the crowd just lost it. Like, they loved it. I could hear them repeating back. It's not really a catchphrase, but
Right.
A couple words, like, and you're so close to the audience here. Like, you're on top of them, and this is a little gross, actually. Like, the spotlight is so bright that I could see spittle. Like, just basically landing on the audience. It was disgusting. They're like right here.
Well, that's one way to connect.
yeah, that was not, you don't want to give communicable diseases to the audience. Not that I have diseases. Very disease-free individual. But so that was cool. That was like a nice connection there.
Very good.
But I had a weird experience where I got what I feel was too long a laugh on a punchline.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't know if they were drunk or too many edibles or what was going on, but I didn't want to step on the laughter, but at the same time, we're being timed, and I have material to get through, and I finally just talked over the laughter. I was like, this is fun, but I can't, it's not like that was my closing punchline.
Right.
So I'm not sure. I'll have to look at the tape and decide if I did the right thing.
Right.
Like, I may look at it and decide, you know what, I waited 5 seconds too long. I should have just launched into my next thing and hoped that waves of laughter came, or maybe I should have just let it keep going and just sat there and smiled. And so I did my best to connect with the audience. That was a great challenge. Thank you.
Yeah.
Although the other thing that was difficult in this venue in particular, I don't know if you had this problem, but I noticed a lot of other comedians were struggling to see the light. So the way this is set up, there's like a spotlight, and the light is directly behind and above the spotlight. And I saw so many comics like squinting towards the end of their sets, and then they get walked off with music, and the host comes back on stage, and they look confused. They're like, wait, what? Yeah, and I missed the 4-minute light, and I'm pretty sure my set was 5 minutes 10 seconds ish.
Oh, okay.
And so that means I missed the 5-minute light as well.
Okay, yeah. I heard that too. I heard a lot of people saying that too.
Did you know? Were you able to see the light?
I didn't look for a light.
Oh, okay.
I've got a
true pro
timer.
Oh, there you go.
And so it vibrates at 7 minutes.
Okay.
So I know to wrap it up then.
Okay. Huh, perfect. All right, so your challenge was to fidget less.
Yeah,
How do
and
you
I think I
you
did. I think I did. The thing that I mean, I almost knocked out a tooth. My final bit is this sign language thing that I do, and I went to grab the mic to say, "My name's Melissa Douty. That's my time," and I just about knocked my tooth out. That would have been if you can get my tooth off
You're
the
supposed
stage.
to eat the mic, but
Yeah,
not
your
literally
teeth.
eat the mic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but yeah. Other than that, I think it was probably the best set maybe the best set I've ever done. It was
Oh, wow.
really.
What a time for that. Terrific.
Yeah. If nothing else, that video is going to be solid to send out to other
Awesome.
submissions. I'm super excited.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah.
It must have been our conversation that inspired
I think
that.
it was. I was like, thank God for Mark.
Yeah, that's cool. What order were you? Early, middle, late? In the
There's
lineup?
8 comics. I was third.
Okay. So
Yeah.
a little time for them to warm up.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any lessons you'll take from that performance? If you could do one thing better, even if it was your best ever, where do you think maybe some improvement lies, if there is any?
There's always room for improvement. Always. At one point in time, I thought I forgot what my next bit was because it's so you cram all your best stuff into 8 minutes, and
Yeah.
normally I go off on tangents, and I'm like you. I mean, I step on the laughter.
Yeah.
But you've got to.
Got it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you had great writing, great practice leading up to it.
It was good. It was real good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mm.
Looks like you're wearing a fancy shirt here.
I
You
am
want to talk
Melissa
about that?
Douty Comedy.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Those aren't screen printed shirts. Those are
they're
like high
embroidered.
quality. What do you
Yeah.
sell them for usually?
20.
20?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems.
And I just have gray ones left.
Okay.
But I like them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? I think that's a wrap, pretty much.
Yeah, I go back on again Saturday late show, so we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be rooting for you.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, Mark.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, we're back again with some bonus coverage here. We were talking off camera, and I'm so excited with what we were talking about. I thought we should talk about it on camera a little bit. We kind of glossed over what happened in the show. So Melissa was in the where are we? She was
Last
in
night I
the
was in
Tuesday
this.
night show, and the way this works is there were 8 comedians. The top 2 advanced to later, and what place did he come in? First place.
What?
First out of all these amazing 8 comedians. That is unbelievable. And so now she's on the Saturday Late Show. She gets to skip around. Second, do you know who came in second place?
Rafe came in second place, but he can't be here.
Oh.
So Max.
Oh, cool. I met him last night.
Yeah, super nice guy.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just moved from San Francisco to New York.
Oh, okay,
Very
very
cool. So he'll be on the early show, which you guys can't see on the
Yeah.
camera, Saturday. If the winner of that show advances to the bullet spot or the first spot of the Saturday Late Show,
There's 9
which
comics.
is there are only 9 comics left out of 101, out of even more than 101 if you include all the satellites, and Melissa is one of those 9 comics already.
What?
And she randomly drew her spot. She's going to go up 3rd, which, if you notice, that's her lucky spot. She was up 3rd already, so she's already a top 10 World Series comedy
Unbelievable.
comic. It's terrific. Is that the
Unbelievable.
farthest you've advanced in?
Yeah, I made it
in the
to
year?
second place the last time I did it, but I didn't move on.
Okay, to the early
Jamie
show.
Ward beat me that year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So yeah, very excited for you. That's
Thank
Saturday night. That's a couple nights from now.
Yeah.
And by the time this is released, you'll know if Melissa Douty, Douty, which you can probably see in YouTube right now, or if you're listening to a podcast, it's Douty from Salem, Virginia, if she's going to advance.
So nice to be the first one, so I can just kind of relax.
Yeah, you can watch the competition.
Yeah.
And, are you going to change it? Do you have a longer set?
It's 8 minutes.
Same
I don't know
exact
whether
set.
to do the exact same set.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
it was so killed.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to do.
Huh, that's interesting. Do you think, are the judges the same?
I think they are.
I wonder if that would lean you towards changing some stuff.
Or
just
maybe
'cause-
they want to see if I'm consistent.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I don't
You
know
might
what they
talk
want.
to them.
Yeah.
They're around.
Yeah.
So, boy, I'm so excited for you.
Thank you
That
so
is
much.
so cool.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Okay,
We'll
good
see
deal.
what happens. All right. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.